Welcome back. I noticed there's a lot of divide when it comes to RFK, so I thought I might offer a different perspective by pointing out how Kennedy hasn't changed his stance on the corrupt mainstream media and the people's health in over 30 years. For me, historical consistency and patterns are extremely important when judging a person's character. Let's listen to what he has to say here, and then I'm going to speak a few words on it, and then we'll move on.
6 companies, 6 large multinationals that control every radio station in America and all of the television stations in America and 80% of the newspapers. The television news departments have become corporate profit centers. They no longer have an obligation to benefit the American public. So their only obligation is to their shareholders. How do they satisfy that obligation? By expanding viewership so they can sell more ad space. How do you expand viewership?
I'm going to pause there. I don't know if you noticed, but what he said, this was perfect. What he was saying about the shareholders and how it's owned by a few people, these massive news media organizations, it's true. If you just take a look, you'll see it's only owned by a handful of people. Isn't that a problem? Does anyone question this? It's a huge issue. I mean, it's not just left-wing media, it's right-wing. It's almost all of them. It doesn't matter if they consider themselves balanced or not. They're owned by a handful of individuals, which is really concerning to me. Rupert Murdoch to, Disney and whoever the owner is of that at the time, the president, the CEOs. I mean, the list goes on. It's really concerning to me because this is something that's kind of slipping by lately. And we see this change because, things have come out favorably in a particular way with the new administration coming out, which is great. So you see some of these news media outlets, like let's say Fox News, for example, are kind of favorable here. They predicted the outcome of the election accurately, and they're speaking in such a way that favors what we want to hear right now. But when things don't go that way, or something's happening in the world that's really important for everyone to pay attention to, that narrative changes really quick. And I just want to be here to remind people, just to keep people cautious, wary, paying attention, conscious of what's happening.